a groundbreaking idea in her time. Her mission to equip young women with knowledge, character, and confidence has been faithfully carried forward by generations of dedicated religious sisters, shaping the college into a center of academic excellence and holistic growth today. In this solemn moment, us as student leaders pledge to uphold our college values and render their dedicated service to their peers. We surrender them in your mighty hands, O Lord. Bless them abundantly so that they carry out their responsibilities with utmost sincerity.
Today, as our students assume new leadership roles, we draw inspiration from biblical leaders who exemplify divine guidance and dependence. Their lives remind us that true leadership is grounded in service, vision, and unwavering commitment to purpose. Here we highlight some of these leaders and the quality they demonstrated, especially those relevant to civic and academic leadership.
Moses trusted God's guidance even in the face of impossibility, led his people through 40 years of trials with perseverance, humbly empowered others to share leadership, and was called the most humble man on earth.
Joshua, obedient and principled, he faithfully followed God's commands, led with vision and strategy in the conquest of Canaan, and boldly declared, "As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord," setting a lasting example.
Deborah, a wise and courageous judge and prophetess. Deborah discerned God's will, led boldly in a male-dominated society, and upheld justice by defending the oppressed and judging impartially.
Nehemiah, through fervent prayer and clear God-given vision, he planned and led the rebuilding of Jerusalem's walls, overcoming opposition with determination and resilience to restore his people's dignity.
King David, led with courage, faith, and trust in God, shone in his triumph over Goliath and reliance on divine guidance. He united Israel's tribes, established Jerusalem as the center, and ruled over effectively through charisma, inspiration, and dedication.
And above all, we remember Jesus Christ, the radical leader who redefined power through service, challenged the status quo with boundless love, embraced the marginalized, and taught us that true greatness lies in humility and sacrifice. His life, teachings, and ultimate sacrifice continue to inspire transformative leadership across generations.
Daniel, a prophet of integrity, and unwavering faith. Daniel remained devoted to God under threat, showing wisdom, courage, and refusal to compromise his principles while speaking truth to power.
Esther, relying on prayer and community support, Esther courageously risked her life to save her people through strategic diplomacy and empathy, becoming their voice for justice.
St. Paul, fully committed to his mission, Paul tirelessly spread the gospel to the Gentiles, enduring persecution and hardship while exemplifying servant leadership by putting the needs of the church first.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew chapter 20 verses 25 to 28. Jesus called them together and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Word of the Lord, thanks be to God.
Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for bringing us together to witness the investiture of our new leaders. We honor those biblical leaders who have led with faith, courage, wisdom, and strength through challenging times. We entrust our institution, its leaders, and management into your care. Guide them with wisdom, grant them health, courage, and Christ-like compassion as they serve. Bless our faculty and students so that together they may build a vibrant, united community. May these leaders work in harmony with management and serve as a bridge between staff and students. Let their leadership reflect your love, humility, integrity, and strength. We pray this in your holy name. Amen.
Kindly rise for Tamil Thai வாழ்த்து.
My soul glorifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Saviour. Luke 1:46. A pleasant morning to everyone present here. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to the investiture ceremony of Holy Cross College, Tiruchirappalli. A day of pride, responsibility and new beginnings for our student leaders. The investiture ceremony is a proud tradition celebrating the formal conferring of authority and responsibility of our newly elected student leaders. Today, we recognize those who have demonstrated dedication, discipline and the spirit of service, qualities that will guide them as they take on their new roles. This ceremony is not just about badges and sashes. It is about entrusting faith, hope and responsibility to the next generation of leaders. On behalf of the management, faculty and students of Holy Cross College, I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Major Mini, Commanding Officer of the 4th Tamil Nadu Girls Battalion, NCC. Major Mini is a proud alumna of Stella Maris College and holds an MBA from Madras University. She was commissioned into the prestigious Corps of Army Air Defence in 2013 and has made our nation proud through her exemplary service. She has represented India on several international platforms, including a specialized training program in Australia, reflecting her global perspective, professional excellence and unwavering commitment to national service. Major Mini's career is both commendable and inspirational, having served with the distinction in counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operations in the Kashmir Valley. She is a symbol of courage, discipline and dedication. Her journey began as an NCC cadet under the Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Andaman and Nicobar Directorate. Her achievements are both numerous and noteworthy, to mention a few. She was selected as the state best cadet and represented Tamil Nadu at the Republic Day Camp in 2010. Also, she had the honor of marching Kartavaya Park on 26 January 2024, representing the pride of our nation. Proudly, she led the Prime Minister's rally at the Republic Day Camp in New Delhi. In addition to this, she was the part of Youth Exchange Program, showcasing India's youth leadership on an international stage. Currently, she is serving as the commanding officer of a girls' battalion, mentoring and leading young cadets, and has led delegations to friendly foreign nations. Her journey began from an NCC cadet to a commanding officer is not just a personal pride. It is a pattern of possibility for every young woman aspiring to lead with purpose and conviction. We are truly honored by her presence today. A hearty welcome to you, Madam. I graciously welcome our Secretary, Reverend Sister Dr. Sadhuna, a strategic leader whose constant encouragement and prayerful support continue to inspire and strengthen our academic endeavors. Her dedication and commitment to excellence have been a constant source of inspiration. I extend welcome to you, Sister. I am privileged to welcome Reverend Sister Dr. Rajakumari, Principal of Holy Cross College, Trichy. Sister's visionary leadership and tireless commitment have been the driving forces behind the success of this ceremony. A distinguished academician and an inspiring mentor, Sister continues to lead the college with great dedication, guiding it towards new heights of excellence in education. With profound respect, a fabulous welcome to you, Sister. I am proud to welcome our Deputy Principal, Reverend Sister Judy Gomes, a dynamic leader whose guidance, inspiring leadership, continue to elevate the mission and values of Holy Cross College. A warm welcome to you, sister. My pleasant welcome to Reverend Dr. Sister Lourdes Mary, our Controller of Examination, whose meticulous oversight and academic stewardship ensure the integrity and smooth conduct of all our examination processes. A joyful welcome to you, sister. I cordially welcome our esteemed Vice Principals, Dr. Turi Martina, Dr. Pauline, and Dr. Ruby Marley, whose dedicated leadership and unwavering support play a vital role in the growth and excellence of our institution. Hearty welcome to you all, madam. I extend a warm welcome to the deans of various schools, the IPSC coordinator, the heads and academic coordinators, exemplary leaders whose strategic vision, academic integrity and persisting commitment continue to shape the intellectual landscape and uphold the standards of excellence at Holy Cross College. A special word of welcome to all the Sisters of the Cross whose presence and prayers add blessings to this event. I am truly delighted to welcome our faculty members and administrative staff whose commitment and contributions uphold the excellence of our college. I extend a warm welcome to the members of the press and media and our ever-supporting non-teaching staff whose behind-the-scenes efforts make every event a success. And with great enthusiasm, I welcome all our dear students, a heartbeat of Holy Cross College, whose energy, curiosity and enthusiasm enrich the spirit of our college. A special and heartfelt welcome to our newly elected student leaders. Today marks the beginning of a journey rooted in responsibility, service and integrity. As you step into these roles, may you be guided by purpose, strengthened by values and empowered to serve with vision and compassion. Once again, I welcome you all and look forward to a meaningful and memorable ceremony. Thank you.
As a token of our gratitude and appreciation, we would like to honor our chief guest, Major Mini, Officer Commanding 4th TN Girls Battalion, National Cadet Corps. We kindly request our beloved Secretary, Reverend Sister Dr. Sarguna, to adorn a shawl. And we kindly invite our dynamic principal, Reverend Sister Dr. Isabella Rajakumari, to do the honor with the memento. May this serve as a small remembrance of today and the impact you have made on all of us. Thank you, sisters. Thank you, madam.
Leadership is not about a position. It is about action, example, and impact. It is with immense pride and joy that we gather today to mark a significant moment of Holy Cross College, the installation of our new student leaders. Today, we recognize and empower those who have been chosen to represent the voice of the student body, to lead with integrity, and to serve with commitment. Let us now proceed with the formal installation and honoring of our newly elected student leaders, entrusting them with the duties they are owed to fill with the heart, with honor and with hope. We now request Sister Secretary to present the sash. We invite a respected principal to do the honors of presenting the badge. I invite our chief guest, Major Mini, Officer Commanding 4th TN Girls Battalion, National Cadet Corps, to kindly come forward and present the bouquet.
A vibrant tapestry of life
The leaders shine forth as a shining thread, woven with purpose, pride, and promise. They are the chosen leaders who rise above, called by a spirit of service, shaped by the trials of responsibilities. Now, it's time to adore our student council members, which marks the beginning of their responsibilities. Ms. Reena Mary, from the Department of Commerce, is the President of Student Council and Welfare Minister. She is known for her exemplary leadership and communication skills. She promotes inclusivity and excellence through her warm and engaging nature. Her vision and commitment are poised to inspire the student community. Her empathetic approach combined with her inspiring vision makes her a role model for many.
Ms. Lexi from the Department of Physics is the Vice President of Student Council and Information and Networking Minister. She is a passionate and dynamic leader who inspires innovation and collaboration with the student body. Her commitment to excellence fosters a culture of growth and purpose.
Is the Secretary of the Student Council and the Women Empowerment Minister. She is resilient and creative. She engages in writing and community service with dedication and warmth. Her leadership lends empathy, strength, and a commitment to learning. She is known for her compassionate leadership and efforts to uplift the students.
Ms. Joshua Rosary from the Department of Audiology and Speech Language Pathology is a Finance Minister. She is a visionary and empathetic leader who channels her creativity into service and advocacy. Her leadership reflects empowerment, inclusion, and compassion.
Ms. Padmapriya from the Department of Biochemistry is the Welfare Minister. She is known for her sincerity and problem-solving skills. She creates an inclusive and respectful atmosphere among peers. Her leadership is grounded in dedication and consistency. She always brings positivity wherever she goes.
Ms. Lavanya from the Department of Biotechnology and Bioinformatics is a health minister. She is both an academic achiever and a passionate performer. She leads with discipline, intellect, and perseverance. Her vibrant spirit and dedication are truly inspiring.
Ms. Kokilavani from the Department of Botany is the Health Minister. She is a responsible and enthusiastic student. She has been a class representative and actively engages in co-curricular pursuits. Her leadership is defined by kindness, commitment, and motivation.
Ms. Dhani Nagarajan from the Department of Business Administration is a Health Minister. She is a responsible, innovative, and committed. She balances academics and leadership with exceptional time management. Her dedication and enthusiasm inspire those around her.
Ms. Romain Samantha Borera from the Department of Chemistry is the Finance Minister. She has held several leadership roles including President of ICOF, Vice President of French Association and Assistant Secretary of the Chemistry Association and is known for her strong organizational skills.
Ms. Harishni from the Department of Commerce is an HRD Minister. She is a dedicated team player who supports both faculty and students with enthusiasm and sincerity. Her commitment to learning and teamwork defines her leadership.
Ms. Darshana from the Department of Commerce with Computer Applications is an HRD Minister. She is a determined and focused individual. She demonstrates excellent communication, decision-making, and organizational skills. Her leadership reflects strength, clarity, and responsibilities.
Ms. Megha Vashani from the Department of Commerce BPO is a discipline minister. She is a confident speaker and an inspiring leader. She promotes inclusivity and brings creativity to every initiative she undertakes. Her passion of communication enriches the student community.
Ms. Pedrona from the Department of Commerce Vyavasai is the discipline minister. She is a dynamic leader for her integrity, accountability, and strong leadership qualities. She excels in decision
Ms. Jaya Priya from the Department of Computer Applications is the Information and Networking Minister. She is the recipient of Best MCC Candidate Junior Wing Award, the Best Student Award from the Department of Hindi, and the Best Performer of the Year Award from the Department of Computer Applications. She values inclusivity and teamwork.
Ms. Brinda Lakshmi from the Department of Computer Science is the Information and Networking Minister. She blends creativity with effective communication. She encourages student participation through her artistic and leadership skills. Her dedication motivates peers to reach their potential.
Ms. Hemalata from the Department of Pure Software Development is the Information and Networking Minister. She is an organized and focused individual. She demonstrates effective communication and leadership in academic and extracurricular domains. Her adaptability and efficiency make her worldwide representative.
Ms. Shweta from the Department of Data Science is Education and Current Affairs Minister. She is a responsible and analytical thinker. She possesses strong leadership and team management skills. Her determination and strategic approach make her an independent leader.
Ms. Dania from the Department of Economics is a Finance Minister. She is an optimistic and empathetic leader. She embraces challenges with a positive outlook and a desire to uplift others. Her commitment to inclusiveness enhances the learning environment.
Ms. Umu Saleem from the Department of English is the Discipline Minister. She is a creative and articulate individual. She excels in communication and strives continuously for personal and academic growth. Her leadership is marked by clarity, enthusiasm, and sincerity.
Ms. Vinoda from the Department of Fashion and Costume Design is the Education and Current Affairs Minister. She is a creative and innovative student leader. She explores sustainable design and actively participates in community. Fashion is her leadership beautifully blends tradition and modern vision.
Ms. Harini Palanisamy from the Department of History is the HRD Minister. She is a committed and enthusiastic student. She fosters unity among peers with her positive attitude and collaborative spirit. Her dedication and sense of responsibility make her a valuable leader.
Ms. Dharini from the Department of Library and Information Science is a welfare minister. She is a self-motivated individual. She blends academic excellence with practice experience in the field. Her wide range of skills reflects her dedication and eagerness to serve.
Ms. Ilakya Sri from the Department of Mathematics is the Discipline Minister. She is an approachable and efficient leader. She promotes collaboration and addresses students' concerns with care. Her commitment strengthens communication between students and faculty.
Ms. Vanmati from the Department of Psychology is the Education and Current Affairs Minister. She is a socially committed and academically strong individual. Her work with NGOs reflects her passion for mental health and empowerment. She exemplifies perseverance, empathy, and purpose-driven leadership.
Ms. Charlene Margaret Rani from the Department of Social Work is the Education and Current Affairs Minister. She is a compassionate and proactive leader. She strives to create positive change through service and teamwork. Her dedication to student welfare reflects her deep sense of responsibility.
Ms. Kavya from the Department of Tamil is a welfare minister. She is a talented performer and an NCC cadet. She leads with compassion, discipline and dedication. Her vibrant personality adds grace to all her endeavors.
Ms. Sri Darshini is the Women Empowerment Minister from the Department of Visual Communication. She has 15 years of experience in classical dance along with skills in graphic design and video editing. She is an active member of the college classical team. She promotes cultural involvement and creative expression.
Ms. Sanjana from the Department of Zoology is a health minister. She is a committee fostering inclusivity and innovation with achievements in academics and extracurricular activities. She inspires her peers. She leads with confidence, creativity and empathy.
It's magnificent to witness all the leaders together as pillars of strength, compassion. Let this moment remind us that leadership is not about power or position. It's about service and responsibilities. Hearty congratulations to all the student council members. May you lead with wisdom, courage, and dedication.
Thank you, dear dignitaries. Let us now capture this proud moment in photographs as token of today's significance. These frames will speak of honor, unity, and leadership for years to come. I request the dignitaries on the days to join in the photo session. To see. Thank you, dear student council members. This is the time to recognize the sports secretaries. We now request our Deputy Principal, Reverend Sister Dr. Judy Gomes, to present the sash. We invite our respected Principal to do the honors of presenting the badge. I invite our Chief Guest, Major Mini, Officer Commanding 40th Girls Battalion, National Cadet Corps, to kindly come forward and present the bouquet.
Sports do not build character, they rebuild it, says Hayes Brown. With the spirit of sportsmanship in their heart and fire of determination in their eyes, here comes the sports secretaries, the torch bearers of teamwork, discipline and perseverance. Now it's the time to honor our sports secretaries as a symbol of responsibility and passion for the field.
Starting with Ms. Arunya, Sports President from the Department of History, has showcased her exceptional sporting talent through various achievements. She has participated in both junior and senior state level kabaddi tournaments, demonstrating her dedication and skill in the sport.
Ms. Udayani N, Sports Vice President from the Department of Economics, is a talented and dynamic athlete with a strong presence in state level competitions. A state level basketball player, she has secured second place in both state championship tournament and Premier Running state level tournament. Her adaptability and determination make her not only a committed player but also an effective leader.
Ms. Sweta, Sports Secretary from the Department of Business Administration, is a national level athlete. Her outstanding achievements in the athletics highlights her commitment and passion for sports. She secured first place in the 400 meter relay at Bharathasan University Inter-College Tournament. She has 1 year of experience as a fitness trainer at Power Fitness Studio, reflecting her dedication to physical wellness and mentoring others.
Ms. Beauty Karishma, Sports Secretary from the Department of Audiology and Speech Language Pathology, is a district level football player. She has secured first place in zonal level athletics and secured gold medals in 100 meter, 200 meter and 800 meter. Her skills include active listening, critical
With an impressive 85% academic record, she is dedicated to excelling in both classroom and on the field.
Ms. Arina Sweety, Sports Secretary from the Department of Chemistry, has showcased her exceptional sporting talent to various achievements. She has good leadership skills and motivates everyone to come forward.
Ms. Brinda, Sports Secretary from the Department of Commerce, has shown outstanding achievements in both academics and sports. She represented her zone in athletic tournaments at Anna Stadium from 2018 to 2022. She was a zonal level winner in 100 meters and 200 meter events and secured second place in 400 meter relay. She excelled in athletics and long jump during her school days.
Ms. Pooja Priya, Sports Secretary from the Department of Commerce, Shift 2, has showcased exceptional sporting talent through various achievements. She has participated in both junior and senior level district ball badminton tournaments, demonstrating her dedication and skill in the sports. Ms. Sivapriya, Sports Secretary from the Department of Commerce CA, is a dynamic and accomplished individual with strong backgrounds in sports and leadership. Her achievements in various competitions and experience in leadership positions demonstrate her exceptional skills and dedication.
Ms. Akshaya, Sports Secretary from the Department of Commerce BPO, is a dynamic and a commitment student who has consistently displayed exceptional leadership of her sporting talent. A former state-level basketball player, during his school days, she led a team victory to a state championship.
Ms. Catherine Leary, Sports Secretary from the Department of BFSR, excels in both academics and sports. She was the competing captain of her school. She demonstrated exceptional leadership, leading her team to the first place in the school tournament. Her achievements include first place in school coco level and third place in under 16 relay events. She also participated in coco and kabaddi.
Ms. Shweta Princy, Sports Secretary from the Department of Computer Applications, has demonstrated outstanding proficiency in both academics and extracurricular activities. She secured a prestigious SEM trophy in track cycling and achieved first place of relay race and volleyball at state level tournament in 2019.
Ms. Ashwini Sai, Sports Secretary from the Department of Computer Science, has shown outstanding achievements in both academics and sports. She represented her district in volleyball in 2018 and won zone level volleyball championship in 2017. She won a bronze medal in the Kaveri Marathon 2024 and first prize in Paisalabam 2018.
Ms. Valentina, Sports Secretary from the Department of Network Software Development, has achieved success in school zones level sports. She was the handball runner-up of 2018, 2019 and 2019-2020 the zone level handball winner.
Ms. Subhra, Sports Secretary from the Department of Data Science, won the district level junior kabaddi championship in 2018 and junior athletics championship in 2023 in Tiruvallur, where she secured first place in 100 meters. She also won first place in 200 meter, 102nd place in volleyball and third place in kabaddi.
Ms. Jo Priscilla, Sports Secretary from the Department of English, stands as a true example of dedication exiled in both academics and extracurricular activities. Her remarkable journey includes participation in relay events across various age categories and securing third place in 300 meter under 17 category.
Ms. Agni Devi, Sports Secretary from the Department of Fashion and Costume Designing, has shown commendable versatility through her involvement in both sports and extracurricular activities. She secured first place in 2021 inter-school competition and earned a certificate of merit in Carrom at the school level.
Ms. Sridevi, Sports Secretary from the Department of Library and Information Science, has demonstrated consistent interest in sports and extracurricular engagements. Previously, the certificate in football at the school level 2017-2018 and participated in drill events, talent show and many other events.
Ms. Parimala, Sports Secretary from the Department of Mathematics, is a well-rounded individual with strong record in athletics. She is a silver medalist in the Chief Minister's Trophy and has represented at the state level in discus throw. She has earned multiple awards in discus, javelin and shot put at district level.
Secretary from the Department of Physics, is a multi-talented athlete, has actively participated in various zonal and district level volleyball competitions, served as a captain for school volleyball team. She has also excelled in basketball, kabaddi, handball, shot put, discus throw and badminton.
Ms. Nandaram, Sports Secretary from the Department of Psychology, is an active and service-oriented student who combines academic pursuits with community engagement. As a National Cadet Corps, she cultivated discipline and leadership. She also volunteered in the Health and Hygiene Club, promoting wellness initiatives. In sports, she led her undergraduate Kho team.
Ms. Melina Graceland, Sports Secretary from the Department of Rehabilitation Science, is a highly accomplished athlete with a notable record in football athletics. She has represented the state level in football until 2023 and secured 5th place CM Trophy Tournament 2022 to 2023.
Ms. Deepika, Sports Secretary from the Department of Social Work, has exhibited outstanding leadership in athletics, particularly as the captain of throwball team, leading her team to victory in district and state level competitions. She also competes in shot put, discus throw, javelin and badminton.
Ms. Gandhi Madi, Sports Secretary from the Department of Tamil, is a senior state player and secured 3rd place in 100 meter state level. She is also secured 2nd place in 400 relay and CM Trophy Kabaddi tournament winners in district level and participated in state level CM Trophy tournament.
Ms. Abhirami, Sports Secretary from the Department of Visual Communication, is a dynamic and athletic student who secured district level championship in table tennis and achieved zone level certificates in 100 meters, 200 meters and 400 meters events.
Ms. Agalya, Sports Secretary from the Department of Zoology, is an energetic and driven individual with a strong background in sports and student leadership. She served class sports representative for 2 years and sports club president. Her achievements include 1st place in 400 meter relay, 600, 800 relay and tenicure. She has also earned district level prizes in 100 meter race, shuttlecock and throwball.
Here are our sports secretaries, the faces of energy, teamwork and commitment, prepared to inspire and lead with grace and determination. Hearty congratulations to all the sports secretaries. May you hold the true spirit of sportsmanship and guide others with dedication, discipline and determination.
Let's take a quick photo to remember this special occasion. Please stay in place and share your brightest smiles. What a powerful frame of determination and pride. Our sports leaders stand united with strength. They inspire not just through victories, but through the spirit of fairness, focus, and teamwork.
Dear students, kindly give a big round of applause.
Now, we move on to the honoring session of finance leaders. We now request Sister Secretary to present the sash. We invite our respective principals to do the honors of presenting the badge. I invite our chief guest, Major Mini, Officer Commanding 40th Girls Battalion, National Cadet Corps, to kindly come forward and present the bouquet.
With imagination as their canvas and creativity as their brush, They breathe lives into colors, words, and melodies. They are the heart of every cultural celebration. Now, it's time to adorn our fine arts secretaries, which marks their vibrant role in fostering arts and culture. Miss Riva, Fine Arts President from the Department of Commerce Regular, is a passionate folk dancer and singer known for her dynamic stage presence and expressive talent. She has earned numerous awards at inter- and intercollegiate events for her artistic contributions. A dedicated and talented leader, she uplifts cultural heritage through her joy.
Ms. Pooja Medi, Finance Vice President from the Department of Business Administration, is a calm and a creative leader known for her patience, music talent and dedication. A well-recorded Nani work and a successful entrepreneur. She inspires her countrymen, a trained musician, a quiet leader with grace and commitment.
Ms. Karya, Finance Secretary from the Department of Computer Science, is a passionate folk dancer with multiple awards from Talent Show and other colleges. She is an active member with strong organizational and leadership skills. Her dedication ensures inclusive participation in college events.
Ms. Mervyn Plessy, Finance Secretary from the Department of Audiology and Speech Language Pathology, is a gifted musician, poet and instrumentalist with a quiet leadership experience. She is trained in multiple instruments and Carnatic music and is a passionate Tamil poet.
Ms. Lourdes Rexon, Finance Secretary from the Department of Biochemistry, is a multi-talented artist excelling in dance, painting and crafts. She is a good listener and courageous leader who remains calm under pressure. Her optimism and creativity enhance the spirit of fine arts.
Ms. Sri Renuka, Finance Secretary from the Department of Biotechnology and Bioinformatics, excels in both folk and western dance with a strong public speaking ability.
Ms. Bhuneshwari, Finance Secretary from the Department of Botany, is a multi-talented individual skilled in dance, painting and craft work. She has won various prizes, intercollegiate events and is known for her calm leadership. With optimism and resilience, she handles challenges with strength and grace.
Ms. Blenda, Finance Secretary from the Department of Chemistry, is a passionate singer and organized individual known for her leadership skills. She brings dedication and problem-solving ability to every challenge she faces. Her melodious voice and positive energy enrich her college finance culture.
Ms. Darushia, Finance Secretary from the Department of Commerce, is an active member of Rio Club. She has participated and won prizes in various cultural events. Her disciplined approach brings value to the college cultural initiatives and her leadership fosters creativity.
Ms. Rakashia, Finance Secretary from the Department of Commerce with Computer Applications, is a vibrant dancer trained in Western, classical and folk tales. She has won multiple awards in intercollegiate competitions across Tamil Nadu. A confident leader, she motivates her peers and leads with purpose and precision.
Ms. Indupriya, Finance Secretary from the Department of Commerce PPO, is a skilled classical dancer, teacher and national level performer. With awards in Talentia and World Record Championships, her devotion shines on stage. Her embodies tradition, grace and her profound commitment to the arts.
Ms. Sandhya, Finance Secretary from the Department of Commerce, BOPFSI, is a professional folk dancer and a skilled cultural event organizer. Her 5 years of dance experience and stage coordination are exceptional. Her leads with precision, energy with deep love for fine arts.
Ms. Yamini, Finance Secretary from the Department of Computer Applications, is a triple dancer with accolades in classical, folk and western styles. She is an award-winning performer with strong choreography and leadership. Her passion and adaptability got her as an inspiring fine arts secretary.
Ms. Shadmita, Finance Secretary from the Department of Vivo Software She has won accolades for exhibitions and cultural programs with excellent organizing skills. Her enthusiasm and dedication uplift the fine arts spirit of the college.
Dear students, you can give a big round of applause. Miss Robini, Finance Secretary from the Department of English, is an award-winning dramatist and eloquent orator. She has led the Rotary Club and earned accolades across academics and fine arts. A true all-rounder, she exemplifies brilliance in every domain.
Miss Mohana Priya, Finance Secretary from the Department of Fashion and Costume Designing, excels in Western, classical and folk dance. She has won prizes at Redingham College and other country collegiate events. Her leadership and teamwork skills reflect her cultural dedication.
Miss Vaishali, Finance Secretary from the Department of History, is a passionate classical dancer and a member of the college team. She has won various prizes in Skintilla and Challengeshire and earned the Best Dancer Award. She leads with grace, discipline and unwavering commitment.
Ms. Arun Sandhya, Finance Secretary from the Department of Mathematics, is a talented artist, excelling in both folk and western dance. She is also a gifted singer and a creative leader who brings innovation and positivity. Her inspiring leadership and artistic spirit make her a valuable asset to the team.
Ms. Charumadi, Finance Secretary from the Department of Library and Information Science, is a talented Carnatic singer with a flair for folks and crafts. Her creativity, teamwork and empathy make her an exceptional leader. She inspires through kindness and commitment to cultural excellence.
Ms. Kanishya, Finance Secretary from the Department of Physics, is a creative force with strengths in poetry, anchoring and performance arts. She has participated in classical dance, radio hosting and world poetry forums. Her calm leadership and expressive skills continue to inspire her peers.
Ms. Shanmugapriya, Finance Secretary from the Department of Psychology, is a graceful dancer and an inspiring team player. She combines leadership, creativity and a flair for acting. Her adaptability and determination define her artistic journey.
Ms. Ashwina Saraswati, Finance Secretary from the Department of Rehabilitation Science, is a multidisciplinary artist with a passion of theatre, mime and rap. She excels in public speaking, script writing and has received acclaim for her performances. A poetry leader, she blends intellect and creativity with dedication.
Ms. Clarence Cherry, Finance Secretary from the Department of Social Work, is known for her grace, empathy and vibrant stage presence. She has won accolades in skit and folk dance, earning admiration for her poise and passion. A radiant leader, she blends cultural flair with service-oriented spirit.
Ms. Vidya, Finance Secretary from the Department of Tamil, is a dedicated Bharatanatyam dancer and a skilled event planner. Her 5 years of training make her a cultural asset. She enriches every event with presence, poise and professionalism.
Mr. Aditya Mani, Finance Secretary from the Department of Visual Communication, is a gifted artist known for his skills in dubbing, writing and videography. With accolades in theatre and short films, he balances creativity with academic excellence. His contributions uplift college cultural and creative academic pursuits.
Ms. Jocelyn, Finance Secretary from the Department of Zoology, is a talented singer and a performer. Active in cultural and academic events, she has earned awards in singing, quizzing and admired for her empathy. Her artistic talent and compassion make her an inspiring leader.
Standing together with pride and passion, here are our finance secretaries, the faces of creativity, ready to paint every moment with colors of celebration. Hearty congratulations, dear finance secretaries. May this moment of success be the beginning of leadership and excellence.
This is the moment to remember you. Let's freeze it in time with a photograph. May these minds and memories inspire generations ahead. Our fine arts leaders gracing the stage with elegance and flame. They carry the soul of our tradition in every rhythm, color, and creative expression.
On my honor, I pledge as a leader to do all the duties to the best of my ability and to the greatness and glory of my college, I dedicate myself. It shall be constant endeavor to realize the ideals of my college. I promise to put all my efforts to improve my college in all fields of activity and to be of service to the staff and my fellow students.
Thank you, Ms. Reena, and student leaders. Please be seated. A special guest is like a rare gem. Their presence lights up the room and leaves a lasting sparkle. With utmost respect and honor, we now invite our esteemed chief guest, Major Mini, Officer Commanding 4th TN Girls Battalion, National Cadet Corps, to address the gathering. We are truly privileged to have you with us today, and we look forward to your words of inspiration and guidance for our newly elected student leaders.
So much of excitement and joy all over the place. A very good morning, no, it's actually a very good afternoon to one and all present here. It gives me absolute pleasure to be here, and since morning I reached here even before the first ceremony could finish, and I completely feel blessed to be sharing this stage along with each one of you all at this moment. At the outset, I would like to thank Sister Principal, Reverend Sister Dr. Isabella, the management, my ANU, for giving me this opportunity to preside over this very prestigious event or the ceremony for the day. Truly honored. Today's mark of an event, or we call this a ceremony, where you all are chosen from the student community to lead them, to show them the way and to inspire them. So you being the chosen ones, I congratulate each one of you all, the flag bearers today, wishing you all the very best for an excellent leadership ahead. Primarily, I was to address that's what I was told, to address the flag bearers for the day, but things changed over that and I realized a whole lot of students seated here. So I think this talk should be, or this conversation must be addressed to all of you. Won't take much time. I'll just swing on to the most important points that probably what I imbibed over my journey till here, and it proved to be good, successful, contented, and I'm happy. So I thought I'll share the same things with you all. Probably some might help you as well as you go along the journey of life. How many active minds? How many active minds? Or stressful minds? Oh, it's already time, we need to go. I hope there is no classes after this. There is no classes. Okay. Had it been, I'm very sure there will be a bunch of you guys must be thinking, we don't want to go for the classes. Or there will be a bunch of you who must be thinking, oh, I have not finished this part, I have not finished that record, yes, submission is there, that submission is there. Most of us always, not just you all, but including me, including the staff on stage, people behind the stage, we always constantly think what happens ahead, what's going to happen in future, what's next. We fail many a times to live in the present or to invite the present. For some time, now we don't have any other option, let's stay in the present and think what we should do and how we are going to go about it. While some amount of pressure is always good, why? Some amount of pressure constantly in your mind is always good. Why? Because it reverts back to the first question I asked. It keeps your mind always active. It helps you to be right. It helps you to be prepared for the future. At the same time, too much of stress is not warranted. Right? At the current situation, what I see whenever I go at plenty of places, most of the students are overly stressed. Not required. Enjoy the present moment as much as possible. This time is the only sacred thing that you got in your hands. It heals everything, it brings you everything. You must only know how to use it purposefully. Because you are the very prime age of your life, filled with aspirations, whatever it might be. Whatever it might be. You might want to be the best teacher, whatever fields you chose. And not because I chose mine. Some even might want to be the best homemaker. Purely yours. But whatever you are, all that I want to say is be the best version of you. Never ever be in a position of compromise. Try to be the best version that you can be. So with this, I start with the points which I would like to convey is, please make an identity for yourself. Carve an identity. I am Major Mini Mohanan, daughter of proud parents, wife of an excellent husband, mother of a very vibrant son. But I'm very happy about it. But I'm also Major Mini Mohanan. This identity is something which I'm going to carry throughout my life. Likewise, each of you must have one. Not that I've done something big, but this is something I learned. When you go ahead, when you move forward in the community, outside, apart from the portals of this college, you must have an identity for yourself. For the next 3 years, of course, you will call yourself student of the most prestigious institution in the city. But after that, something that you will carry forever throughout your lifetime. Agreed? Understood or agreed? Okay. Never forget this. And live a life with intention and not as a reaction. Live your life intentionally. This particular sentence has a meaning to it. Live your life intentionally and not reactively. Because with every intention of yours is the choice you make. Very heavy. Purusida? You have an intention, then you make a choice. When you make a choice, you see to that you make a very deliberate choice. You will start prioritizing. இதுதான் வேணும்னு தெரியும் போது எப்படி செய்யணும்னு தெரியும், அதை நோக்கி நீங்க போவீங்க and you will learn how to get to it. So you must live a life intentionally. And what is reactively? Autopilot mode. I get up in the morning, amma elupalo, appa elupalo, who knows? Someone will come and wake you up, or the alarm goes off. I get up in the morning, I've got up, so I'll brush my teeth, I'll get ready. Oh, I've got up, I have to go to college, hence I'll dress up myself very pretty. And then I'll get back to whatever transport mode you take, you reach the college. I've come here, so I have to attend the classes. First hour, oh, in the list. So this teacher will be coming, therefore I'll have to be attentive, not attentive, etc. Don't go by reactions. Don't be in autopilot mode. Please live it intentionally. I want to do this, I want to learn this, and therefore I will reach that place. There you will have priorities made, you will have your own choices, and you will do the best out of it. One more important thing that I would like to say is like never be afraid of failures. It is painful when you fail, sure, but it is much more painful when you do not make an attempt. That is, when you regret, it is much more painful. So never be afraid of failures or taking up something, stepping up for something just because you're worried that people around you will be judging you. You never know. Nobody has the time. They might be probably telling you that passing comments, but be aware or be rest assured, they are preparing their own life behind. So if you are stepping down just because you're worried that யார் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, யார் என்ன பத்தி என்ன நினைப்பாங்க, if that be the case, there is no reason for it. Please don't go by that. Attempt whatever comes your way, whatever you feel like attempting, attempt for the good of it. I'm sure the path that you've taken will give you a lot of learnings. That is what is important, and not success or failure. The path which you have taken, you fail or you pass that path, that gives you a lot of learning. So now, with all these three things, if you intend to choose the path of leadership or become a leader in future, not just the ones who are currently been chosen as ones, and the ones who are seated behind, with people with thoughts of becoming someone or the other, active leadership positions. The most important quality that you should possess is accountability. Because who's a leader? Since the time I've come here, I've been listening to the Master of Ceremony, giving a lot of definitions for it, reading it out again and again, various versions of leadership. Had you all paid attention to what they were saying, you would have understood the concept of leadership in various versions. Now I believe in one thing: who is a leader? A leader is not by rank or by the position that you hold. A leader is a decision that you make, a very conscious decision that you make. The decision of leading your team. How? You inspire them. A leader always inspires her team, his team. The next step towards is to empower them. Each one of you are representing your departments and etc. So, as the leader, you have to empower each one of them who's around you. When you pick them up, then you are actually a true leader. And you show them the goal where you as a team you're going to achieve. So it's basically inspire, empower, and guide them towards the goal that you have planned or the goal that you have envisioned. Understood? So it's the decision that you've taken today should reflect in all your future endeavors. You have a very, very big responsibilities. Not just that light sash that is flowing through your, through your shoulders. You are now going to hold on a very big responsibilities, where you are going to lead this entire student community towards one goal. That is progress. Right? When I say accountability, as you progress, for all the good things that you share and you boast and you're happy about, also be accountable for not so good things that also happens. That's again a true spirit of leadership. Be with the team. Come what? When you take accountability, there is no space for any mistakes. There is only progress. There is always learning and there is progress. You rise to the occasion along with the people you lead. The last thing that I would like to say is always have the quality of humility and gratitude. Those who've been chosen today and those who are going to rise tomorrow, remember the path that you have tread. I'm very sure to whatever levels you rise, you have risen to that level only because some of them have given their shoulders for you to step on their shoulders and rise to the place where you are or where you will be. So never forget that. Always be grateful and try to be grateful at all times. Express them. This should never go to your head. Remember your parents, teachers, your friends especially, because they play a very crucial role in making who you are and what you are. Some of them are very constructive and some of them are not so constructive. But what you learn within this portals is what is going to make you. So don't be afraid. 5 qualities. Something which has been intriguing me for some time, that I would like to share a very small story before I leave this podium. It's not part of what I wanted to share earlier, but now when I was sitting in the stage and seeing all of you, so many of you all, with a lot of nervousness coming, receiving your sash, badges and the bouquet, I just thought I'd share this very small, pretty story, okay? With this I'll finish, you don't have to worry. You all witnessed Op Sindoor, Operation Sindoor. Yes or no? Hello, we are all in the same country together. So you all witnessed Op Sindoor. In that you would have heard the name of one particular corps repeatedly being mentioned. It's the Army Air Defence. If you had noticed. Okay. There was one particular corps in the whole of the Indian Army who was very actively involved in Operation Sindoor, that was the Army Air Defence. I belong to Army Air Defence. When my colleagues were fighting, thank you, but that was not the crux. When my colleagues were fighting at the border, because they are deployed at the border, when the colleagues were fighting there, me, because of being posted at Tiruchirappalli, was told to be on prepared mode. Bags were packed. I just need the green signal to go. Leaves were curtailed. Such a small thing which my headquarter will simply approve my leave, stating you can go anytime. I have to wait for the leave approval from all the way from Delhi during that particular period. So that was how we were waiting for this particular Operation Sindoor to, as at the early culminate for the better. In that, you would have heard of few what we call the equipments, guns or the missiles that were used to defend ourselves from the upcoming drone attacks. So one such word you would have heard as S-400. S-400 missiles being used and all that. Okay. The thing is, we all deal with very expensive equipments. A missile would cost us crores. Okay? Crores. It's not just thousands. In order to handle them, we are trained. We are trained at various levels. Initially in simulators, we are trained, and once in a year we are taken on a live platform to help us use these missiles and field ourselves and get ourselves equipped in order to use them in situations like these which had come very recently. On one such occasion, I was a youngster and another captain along with me. We are taken to the field to get ourselves used in one of the missile systems, which we would be carrying on our shoulders, weighing 19 kgs, trying to aim fire at the target which looks like a fly flying on the sky. The role of the Army Air Defence is to protect any area from an air attack. Clear? So when you see the flight from here, how does it look? Big? It's just the size of a fly. You need to see them, you need to aim at them, and I need to direct my missile towards it. Now, on one such practices, I told you what we hold is a very expensive one. When we hold that missile in our shoulders, aiming at the target, and there's only one chance that is given to us and one missile that is spared for us to practice out of all that simulator practice that we get. And the entire formation looks at how this officer is going to fire. Will she fire or will he fire? Will it go and hit or not? We are under tremendous pressure. But that's where our capability is also tested. All physics, chemistry and maths keeps running. Because we have this nitrogen coolant, I need to operate it 30 seconds, within 30 seconds, if the coolant is not operated, then the missile will not go. Even if I press the trigger, it will not go, and by that time I have to take the aim. Shortage of time, pressure of performance. One youngster during that practice could not get the missile fired, meaning he has lost his chance of firing at the target. So there is absolute silence around all of us. We just don't know what to say. Because there's one chance that we get for us to fire, and we get a badge to be worn here, and he missed that shot. Now the commander who's seated over there, our boss, so he says, that's okay, might be some faults, we'll get. There would be some missiles placed under his pool. So he said, I'll give one missile from my pool, give it to the officer, let him fire. So he's given another chance. Now just imagine how bad that officer must be feeling, or that youngster must be feeling, who's trying to fire, whose first missile did not go, such an expensive one. Whole of the people are looking at him for his performance, and his missile didn't fire. The second missile comes. He takes a shot again. It didn't go off. There is all, what's happened? How are we going to face this? We had our instructor, one JCU, who had come all the way to just speak to us. He just shared us these few points which I said ahead. He said, in everybody's life, there will be few, we call it misfire rounds. The round which does not fire, we call it misfire rounds. In every stage of life, in everybody's life, once there will be a stage where you get these misfire rounds. So he just told that officer, good that your misfire rounds got used in the practice session. It did not get used at the time of actual usage. What we all learned from here is that is how you're supposed to look at it. The confidence that we from that instructor, that very few words which he had mentioned remained with all of us throughout our lifetime. Since then, we've never felt afraid of taking a step ahead, irrespective of the results that's going to happen. What happened after that with the officer, we leave it aside. But it's a very important lesson for you all to take home. Never feel afraid of the results. Maybe if you fail today, what was supposed to happen has already happened. You may not fail in future. Your best missiles probably will get fired at the absolute time it was supposed to get fired. And with that thought process which he has given to us, we are ever grateful to that instructor, and we remain remembering him wherever we go. You getting outside of this college, gonna pick up important appointments. Remember this factor. Nothing should stop you from moving ahead. All that you look forward is one step ahead. The next step ahead is visibility. That's my closing bell. And I close here. So, not just the leaders who are the flag bearers for today, but each and every student who was seated over here. So I would like to say all the very best to you all in all your future endeavors. Looking forward to see you shine in every field that you take, in every domain that you enter. All the very best to you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, madam, for your insightful and inspiring address on leadership qualities. Your words have truly resonated us, especially with our newly elected leaders.
Once again, we thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. We shall surely strive to live intentionally.
Respected sisters, on the days, dear faculty members, deans, vice principals, and all our newly elected student representatives are here. We give them a big applause. Now, you have received the baton from your seniors, and it's your responsibility, as Madam was narrating in her speech. As a leader, we need to be responsible as well as accountable. Not only the responsibility, it's both sides of the coin. I need to be accountable also what I am doing to my higher authorities. So that's what our model is. Jesus Christ, our leader. His leadership we follow in this institution. His leadership style we adopt in this institution. As Madam rightly said, humility and gratitude. So where there is humility, there lies a greatness. The way you speak, the way you behave to the other students of this institution, maybe the second years and the first years, you hold yourself and you are the brides of this Holy Cross College of this century, because you are not fortunate to be this year's leaders. God has blessed us with this auditorium. I claim it as God's promise, and I wish you all the best. And if you have a vision, already the discipline will fall on your way. If you have discipline automatically. Discipline hard work. Hard work you will become like a beneficial butterflies to the entire college as well as to the entire humanity and the society and for your family. May God bless you, dear students. Wish you all the best once again. And on behalf of the management, I would like to congratulate all of you and for other students who are patiently listening. There you must turn towards them and give them a big clap, because their encouraging presence keeps you all here. No? Thank you all very much for be thankful and grateful to the sisters and the management and all the heads of the departments, to your own school deans, coordinators, IQSC and all the teachers of your departments and in the colleges. All of us revolve under one wheel. ஒரு சக்கரத்தை சுத்தி நம்ம evolve ஆயிட்டே இருக்கோம். Further, to take this institution to the greater level. It's God's work. We are all on His journey. So He becomes our constant companion on our journey. He will remain with us and stay with us on our onward academic journey. With this note, I would like to congratulate the departments of mathematics and the departments of fashion and costume designing and give them a big applause once again for all the students, the faculty members, the heads of the departments, and all of them. Their teamwork is highly commendable. Wish you all the best, students. Thank you.
Thank you, dear sister, for your wisdom, which will guide us in making mindful choices and leading purposeful lives ahead.
I would like to, sorry for interruption, I would like to thank the chief guest, Madam. So, last year when I met her, she was such an inspiring and she was very confident personality, I could feel that. So, I was thinking that all the NCC cadets of our college must become like her. So, that's what I brought her here. And not only the NCC cadets, all the leaders, all the students, because such an inspiring message, she is a message. And we thank her on your behalf for her availability for sparing this time for us. Thank you, ma'am. God bless you.
Gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. I now invite Ms. Lilina Mary, the Student Council President, to express our heartfelt gratitude with the oath of thanks.
Set an example to the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, in purity. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verses 12. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the management, professors and my fellow students, it is my privilege and honor to deliver the oath of thanks as the President of Student Council. This momentous occasion marks a significant milestone in the journey of us student leaders, and we are delighted to witness the investiture of our young leaders who will strive to shape the future of our institution. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed Chief Guest Major Mini for graciously accepting our invitation and inspiring us young leaders with her valuable insights. Your presence has added immense value to the ceremony, and we are deeply grateful for your time and wisdom, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our Secretary, Reverend Dr. Sister Sarguna, for her unwavering support and guidance, which leads us towards success. Your vision and leadership have been instrumental in shaping our institution into what it is today. We are deeply grateful for your presence and continued support, sister. Thank you, sister. My sincere thanks to our principal, Reverend Dr. Sister Isabella Rajakumari, whose guidance has been instrumental in fostering a culture of innovation and academic excellence. Your leadership ensures that a college remains a nurturing space for every student to grow and thrive. We are grateful for your tireless efforts in shaping the minds of our future leaders. Thank you, sister. I express my heartfelt gratitude to Reverend Dr. Sister Jody Gomes, Deputy Principal and Sister in charge of Shift 2, for her constant support and encouragement in everything we do. Your dedication to our institution is truly commendable, and we are grateful for your time and presence, sister. Thank you, sister. A warm thank you to our Vice Principals, Dr. Tori Martin, Dr. Pauline Edwidge Mary, Dr. Ruby Marlin, and the Dean of Art Students Affairs, Dr. Umaira Begum, whose steadfast commitment always helps to shape the academic and holistic development of our students. Your leadership and guidance have been invaluable in shaping the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you, teachers. I extend a special thanks to the Department of Mathematics and Fashion Technology for meticulously taking charge of the planning and execution of this ceremony, which has made this event a grand success for us, and we are grateful for your hard work and dedication. Thank you, teachers and students. To the newly elected leaders, I offer my warmest congratulations. As we embark on this new journey, let us remember that leadership is not just about titles, but about the positive impact we create on the lives of others. We have faith in every one of us, and we are confident that we will make a difference in our institution. I would also like to thank our Controller of Examination, IPSC Coordinator, Deans, Heads of various departments, staff and my fellow students for their support and participation. Your collective efforts have made this ceremony a memorable one. Once again, thank you for making this event a grand success. We wish as young leaders the best on our journey, and we are confident that we will make us an institution proud. Have a peaceful and joyful day ahead. Thank you.